Hello, and welcome to Align with Me. My name is Estefania. I'm your host. I am a mindset coach, a meditation guide, and a sound healer here in Miami. Um, today's today's delicious discussion. Not only am I all these things, but I feel like I know so much about so many different aspects of life, including the planets, including astrology, including human design. I feel like once you enter this navigation pool of all of the things, of all the things, and all the things, you keep falling into more things. And if you're a Sagittarius like me and a double Pisces, I really like to philosophically understand all of the things of all the things. So this is me here getting to express to you all of the things that I know about Mercury in retrograde. Okay, for starters, retrograde. What is a retrograde and what's happening? Basically, like imagine Earth and all the different planets around. They're all going in an aligned way, and they're all at a certain distance from the Earth and the sun. Now, all of a sudden, planets will retrograde. So imagine all of them are going in this circle, right? And then all of a sudden, one of the planets just decides, I'm going to actually go backwards a little bit. So instead of it going clockwards in like a clockwork spiral, it starts going counterclockwise. This affects our planet. I have something in my eye. This affects our planet tremendously because when we are in alignment with all the planets, all the energies are quite balanced. When one of the energies are not there or they're driving slower, we feel a little slower. And each planet is ruled by certain aspects, right? Now, right now, it is August 25th. So Mercury started retrograding, excuse me. Mercury started retrograding on August 23rd, which was Wednesday, in the sign of Virgo. Now, Mercury, what what's up, Mercury? Like, who are you? Mercury rules communications and electronics. Why electronics? Almost everything, all of our equipment, all of our stuff has Mercury within it. We also have Mercury within us. Like, we are all designed with all of the elements of the planets, which is really interesting because did you know that, okay, the 9 months or however long you were in your mother's womb, you obtained all of the minerals. You're efficient in all the minerals that were present from every planet while you were in the womb. And then when you came out, say me, I was born in December, and 9 months before, what is that? 7, 8, 9. So I was created in January, March, April, right? So aspects of Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, these elements I don't really like have. It's just really random, but that means that you could be deficient in one of those. I might do a video on that because it's really interesting. And I went kind of deep into it and I was like, wait a minute, I'm deficient in these minerals because they weren't present when I was being created in my mother's womb. Crazy. Anyways, okay, so now rewind. Mercury retrograde. Mercury is all about communications and like really the everything is like going as it's supposed to. Now, it's retrograding until it retrogrades about 3 times, 2 to 3 times a year for about 3 weeks. And I believe Mercury retrogrades until September 16th, if I'm not When does Mercury... Okay, let's see. September 14th. It starts from August 23rd to September 14th. Okay. Things to keep in mind. Anything that has to do with communications, right? That could be verbal. That could be contracts. That could be traveling because you have a connection, a communication in the traveling. This could be like, yeah, contracts, communications, and travels. When in these times, if and when you are meant to travel, fine, beautiful, do it, like go. But if the planet is running a little slower and it's retrograding, be mindful of that and give yourself an extra at least hour to arrive somewhere, just in case. Just in case. When it comes to signing agreements or contracts, just like say you're talking to someone about something and it's really not, you're like, are they telling me what I think they're telling me? Because if it is what they're telling me, is that really what they're okay? All right, that's fine. It's kind of a time to really ask for clarity before signing anything. Or if you are copy pasting anything to somewhere, to someone, this literally happened to me. I am also a photographer and I sent out agreements. I had copy pasted, mind you, I sent this agreement out on the 23rd. I had copy pasted an agreement that I had sent to a family photo shoot versus a business photo shoot. And the usage for the commercial part of it was all wrong on both of them. On the one for the business. And they wrote back and were like, we just need clarity with this section. And I was like, bet. No, that was a copy paste. I'm so sorry. That has nothing to do with you. So, clarity is crucial. Clarity is crucial during Mercury's chaos in communication. CCMCC. Okay. Anyways, also whenever Mercury comes up in retrograde, certain conversations surface that need to be had with certain people. This could be really good because it could finally give you some sort of peace with a circumstance, like you finally receive the closure that you were looking for, or something finally begins. Because remember, Mercury is not to do with relationships. It's just to do with communications. Now, besides that and beyond that, which is there's so much going on. There are, I believe, 6 planets in retrograde. And I want to read something to you because it's so freaking interesting that I was like, of course. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Hold your horses. I didn't do that. Hold on. Where is it? Da 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 dum ba dum ga ding ga ding ga ding dong 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 ding 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 dong ding dong. Huh? Where? Found it. Okay, hold on. Come in close. You're gonna want to hear this real quick. Woo! Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's seven in retrograde. Which one of them is gonna stop quite soon? Pluto in retrograde goes from May 1st through October 10th. Pluto starts off in Aquarius and then enters Capricorn June 11th, taking us back to March. So old power struggles and former triangular situations will be reopened and re-examined to see how we can learn and grow from them. Pluto is transformation. Pluto is generational. Pluto is like, how do you navigate transformation? And if it's in retrograde, this is going to reopen those things that we have to clean and clear and transform and transmute and grow from. Again, when something is retrograding, that means that the effect of that planet is slower. So there are 7 okay, planets retrograding. Okay, it's a lot. It's fine. We're all beautiful. I think it's great. Saturn in retrograde. When is it? From June 17th through November 4th. My niece's birthday. Saturn retro and an X. Hi, hope you're well. When is Saturn retrograding? Right, until November 4th. I read that. Saturn retrogrades in Pisces, representing moments of reflection in which we're contemplating how we can attain our goals for the future. Relationships are going to be tested as we're deciding who and what we should invest our energies into. Bada bing, bada boom. Gonna look at you one more time if you're watching this and not listening. Saturn, when people are like, I'm going through my Saturn return. Saturn is literally the planet of like redefining the self. It's redefining. And it's in retrograde in Pisces, the most intuitive sign. So it slowed the down in a sign that makes you really go inward. And if your Saturn return is coming up in this end of year, starting next year, your Saturn return is in Pisces. It's to say for 3 years, from when you turn like 27 until like 29 and a half, 30, you're going to be smacked across the face with spirituality. And it's like, we know you don't want to actually accept this. And you're going to be like, I don't want to accept this. You're going to have to. There's no other way around it. Your Saturn redefining this is in the most spiritual sign. Good luck. Moving on. Neptune in retrograde. When is it? June 30th through December 6th. Jesus. Our intuition may not be as spot on as it usually is when Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, because again, intuition, the most intuitive sign, the most spiritual. You may start believing the narratives you tell yourself, even if they're not true. June 30th through the 6th. Be careful what you are allowing yourself to believe. Okay. Oh, it's retrograding in Pisces. Oh my God. I have to take a sip of this. What are we gonna do? I don't know. It's fine. I think trust the process. I can't really say much more after that. Anyways. Venus in retrograde. Venus in retrograde is about to end. We also, guys, this is a beautiful time to be alive. We literally just cleared an 8-year cycle of Venus. Venus goes through cycles of 8 years. And in the 8 years, it clears out karmas. Venus is all about love, relationships, and money, finances. Who were you about 8 years ago? On the 12th of August, 8 years back. How have you changed? Who were you? What are you ready for? What are you ready to change about you that you're so done feeding everywhere in your life? And then we ended this cycle while Venus was actually retrograding. And the retrograde ends September 3rd. We are August 25th right now when I'm doing this video. But basically, it's like everything that has to do with love and finances has really slowed down. And it's making you reevaluate your decisions and how you're showing up in relationships. Are you with the right person? Are you with the right job? Are you really doing what you want, or are you just going because you feel like this is where I'm supposed to be? I'm supposed to be at this job. I'm supposed to be with this person because that's just like, it makes the most sense. Does it make sense? Or are you pushing for it to make sense? Does it feel right in your heart? When you think about that job and when you think about that person, does your heart actually flutter? Or have you just been blocking things out? There's going to be a lot of realizations. And retrograde ends on September 3rd in the sign of Leo. So basically it's like it says the less attention that we get, the more we'll want it. This also holds true for money and finances. The less you get, the more you're like, where is it? Why isn't it here yet? Oh my God, annoying. Mercury in retrograde, August 23rd until the 14th, right? This Mercury retrograde in Virgo is going to bring exes and old flames back. This transit will bring us face to face with the past, both good and the bad. Sometimes you have to face the things that you haven't faced for a while and being actually real. Everyone deserves, it's 222. Everyone deserves, I don't even think you can see it, but it says 222 right there. Everyone deserves a chance for communication and for things to have clarity. Clarity is everything. And that's kind of what this Virgo and Mercury, because Virgo is actually at home in Mercury. It doesn't affect us all as much, given we're still going to be deeply affected by everything else happening, all the other planets, all the other planetary alignments. And that's, it's fine. My niece is going to be born September 23rd, and she's gonna be born a lot of retrogrades, but so it's fine. It's gonna be great. Uranus is also retrograding from August 28th. In 3 days, it starts to retrograde until January 27, 2024. The planet of change takes baby steps toward evolution when retrograde in Taurus. Don't expect major waves of growth during this time. Take life one day at a time to avoid frustration for rising during this planetary retrograde. It is what it is. Don't expect to be world famous until after January. Basically, that's what it's saying. Just like chill. Be consistent in the things be consistent in the things that you're doing. Be excited to be doing the things you want to be doing. And if you're not doing the things that you want to be doing, you should do some of the things that you want to be doing and get really consistent and go into teachings and figure things out and be courageous. The North Node is also in Aries. You might feel like I've been talking gibberish this entire time, which is completely fine. I completely understand. I'm so sorry, but I'm really not, because I think this stuff is great. And if you get into it, you're like, wow, okay, nice. Jupiter retrograde. When is it? September 4th through December 30th. So basically, Venus is like, yeah, we're going to stop retrograding. Tap out. Jupiter, tap in. It's like, oh, okay. So Jupiter retrogrades in Taurus may prove to be beneficial. In Taurus, this transit urges us to make calculated risks instead of jumping all in without looking down first. Basically, it's a call to read the fine print. With all of that said, let me just retell you all of the ones, right? We got Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Uranus retrograde, Jupiter retrograde. When things are in retrograde, basically for the rest of the year up until January. When things are retrograding, the universe is just asking us to reevaluate the self, reevaluate your finances, reevaluate your communications, reevaluate the way that you're growing, reevaluate. It's a moment to reevaluate. Are you really where you want to be? Have you been questioning yourself quite often? Like, what am I doing here? Why am I still trying to make this happen? Why am I still trying to make this work? Why is this job really not fulfilling anymore? Why is this person that I thought was my person is just not it? Reevaluate and go inward. The more that you go inward, the more that you're going to understand yourself and trust your intuition. And inward is like meditating and writing and journaling and just kind of like getting really clear on the things that you want and you don't want. On my channel, you will also find full moon meditations, new moon meditations. So, whenever that full moon comes in, take advantage and do the meditations, because they can really help gear your mind into whatever the next step looks like for you. And the more that you do those little moments of work, they really work. Things really shift. I'm also, so I have happy melting meditations are the full moon and new moons. And I have a series coming out called It's Your Higher Self Speaking, which is just going to be like, you won't see me, but it's like me speaking to you through my higher self in a sense and being like, what's up? How are you doing today? Where's your mind? What's going on? Just like another way to help you fall in alignment with yourself. Don't forget to share this video, to subscribe, hit the little bell so it always tells you whenever I'm about to premiere something, and then you get the little like, in 30 minutes this is going to launch, and then you get to be one of the first people that watches it, which is so cool. And honestly, like, whoever you think would benefit from any of these teachings, or you think that they would love them, please share it. One of my favorite quotes is, how dare you know so much and not share it? And sometimes we're like, no, they won't really care about this. This doesn't matter to them. How dare you think that? You never know. People are changing their mindset so much, so fast all the time. All the time. And I think it's such a beautiful thing. So that's it. Thank you, my aligned fam, for always coming through and always aligning. Again, I'm your host, Estefania, your favorite spiritual mindset coach, signed healer, sound healer, and meditation guide. I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Ooh-wee, I love you. Okay, bye.